Hello, Sagittarians, and welcome to this, your September 1st through September 15th reading and predictions. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my channel. And for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. All right, Sagittarius, we're about to tap into your energies. Before we do so, just want to point out some of the energies that here, as I sit and record this video for you at the end of August, we are under the influence of 6, 7 planets in retrograde. In addition to that, we have a full super blue moon at the end of August. And wow, I don't know if you guys are feeling any of the energies, what kinds of things you're feeling and sensing. We all know that the full moon, as a general rule, affects each and every being on this planet in certain ways, but most of us are no longer in touch with that. But I'm just curious, Sagittarius, if you are feeling any signs and symptoms of this major planetary shift, as well as this full super blue moon, I'd love to see your comments, and I will respond to each and every one of you. Okay. We are going to pull cards for 6 different areas of your life. We are going to pull the cards all at once, leave them sitting face down, and then I will begin your reading. Also, for those of you who are new here and aren't aware, I do not edit my videos. What you see is what you get. I'm as real as they come, and therefore, as I'm mixing the cards, if they go flying, you guys get to see me scrambling around attempting to obtain them. It's really quite amusing, but let's hope that doesn't happen. All right. Sagittarius, September 1st through 15th, 2023. What do we have coming up? The first cards that we're going to be pulling here are going to be cards of where you're at now here at the end of August, what's going on for you guys. We've got 2 cards that have flipped out. Also, I work predominantly with flipped out cards. I do not actually pull cards, and I find that it just gives a more accurate reading because that way I am not influencing the reading by pulling the cards. All right, let's have a look at what you're focusing on. Okay, Sagittarius. What are you guys focusing on here at the beginning of September? Oops, there we go. All right. Get you guys back in your box. All right. Difficult influences. What's coming up for you guys in difficult influences? Give me just a second with this deck. Get it nice and clear for you. My cat knocked this deck on the floor this morning. Okay, let's go. Difficult influences and challenges. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The cards are a little hot and bothered at this point from being knocked around, but instead of just having one card jump out, we have had probably about 20 or 25 cards come out, quite a large bunch of cards here. So let's remix this smaller portion of the deck and see what jumps out for you, Sagittarius, in difficult influences and challenges. Yep, there's one. All right, anything else? Difficult influences and challenges. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. The next category that I'm going to pull for you, Sagittarius, is going to be messages that you need to hear at this time. Messages Sagittarius needs to hear at this time. we've got 3 messages out for you. 1, 2, and 3. I do leave them all sitting face down. I do not read them until I'm actually ready to do your reading. I had forgotten to plug my computer in. All right. Next category that we're going to pull cards for you in is going to be unexpected. What is unexpected? Look at that. I wonder if that one's actually going to flip out. And there it goes. Yep. All right. Unexpected. Is there anything else for Sagittarius in unexpected influences and insights? Yep. Okay. Now, the way that these cards came out is we've got one card that flipped this side of me, and I've got 4 more that have flipped this side. I am going to leave them separate because there is a chance that you've got kind of perhaps a duality going on and potentially 2 different outcomes. So once I get to that portion of your reading, I will turn those cards over. We'll have a quick look and we'll determine whether all of the cards mold and mesh together, giving you one big picture, or if there is the potentiality there for a dual outcome. All right, general overall outcome. For Sagittarius, where are you going to be and what's going to be going on for you come the middle of September? General overall outcome. Anything else? Yep. All right. All right. Let's get reading these cards. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 cards that have come out for you for where you are at now. One of them is in reverse. 2 are from the suit of Pentacles. Let's start with the World. You have the World in reverse. And this is a card indicating, now normally this card in the upright position would be indicating that you are at the completion of a cycle and you're about to close things off and start something new and everything is looking beautiful and wonderful. But when it comes up in reverse, what's actually happening is that there is a thread or something that you're meant to learn and fully integrate from this past cycle before moving on to the next. And so this one is kind of a card in, when this card comes up in reverse, it is a card of delayed gratification. So normally when the World comes up in the upright, it's about the completion of a cycle. It's about immediate gratification. It's about moving on and starting new things. And in reverse, it's that you're on the verge of completing something, but it's not quite there yet because there's something that you have not fully integrated. And given that you have 2 pentacles coming up directly next to this reversed World card, I want to say that what's coming up is probably something that you need to learn and fully integrate with regards to money and the ability to ask for help. So you have both the 3 of Pentacles as well as the 6 of Pentacles here. I'm going to start with the 6 of Pentacles. And if you look at the image on this card, you have someone who is offering help to someone else here. On the other hand, you have the 3 of Pentacles here, and the 3 of Pentacles is about asking for help. So these 2 cards together is the 6 of Pentacles I like to call my karma card. Oh, my face is all washed out. The sun came out from behind the clouds. Okay. The 6 of Pentacles is the karma card, and that is the card of, if you have enough to give and to share, then please do so. If you don't have enough to give and share, please ask for help. And this does not relate specifically and solely to money. This also relates to, hey, do I have enough time on my hands that I can afford some time to go out and volunteer and share my assistance with someone? This includes volunteering with some of the disasters that are happening around the world and going out and helping our fellow human beings. Okay. And if you are affected by some of the disasters that have been happening around the world, this is the card of don't be afraid to ask for help if needed. The Three of Pentacles is the card of you're probably going to have to ask for help. It is a card that can represent needing some additional education or training in your job or career. But I sense that because you have the Three and the Six of Pentacles here, as well as the World in reverse, that it's less about that and it's more about asking for help when you need it. And I think that that may be what I'm picking up, is that the lesson that is delaying this World card for you is that, you know, when we ask for help, Sagittarius, it doesn't always mean that there needs to be that immediate do something in return. Okay, karma isn't always about returning something to someone immediately. And that's what I said too with this World card here, is the World card is normally about immediate gratification and the closing off of a cycle and moving on and moving forward. But when it's reversed, it's about delayed gratification. Okay. And with two cards here, both indicating ask for help when you need it, the sense I'm getting, or the lesson that I feel that you might be not quite fully grasping here, is that for many of us who have been raised over the last 50 years, 60 years or so, part of our belief system is that if we ask for help, we have to return the favor to someone else right now, right? And the reality of the law of karma isn't that at all. And in fact, when we learn the lesson that karma is that when we help others, eventually someone will come along and help us as well. But it doesn't have to be the same person that we helped in the first place, right? And I think that that is part of the lesson here for you right now, here at the end of August, Sagittarius. Let's move on into what you are focusing on. You have the King of Winter, you have the Empress, and you have the Ego card, which corresponds to the Devil card. Okay. Remember what I said about these two Pentacle cards? These are about asking for help, potentially taking a class or a course, something along those lines. Yeah. King of Winter, ask for help. This is an ask for help card. I mean, I'll just read it. And I don't normally do that unless it's like 100% in line. King of Winter, get advice from someone professional and objective. Okay. Ask for help, get advice. All right, what else do you have here? You have the Empress. Excuse me. The Empress is a highly creative character from the tarot deck. The Empress is also the card of it is time to take action. And the Empress card is also about new beginnings. Remember what I said here? With this World card in reverse, you have a new beginning and it's just on the horizon. It's just slightly out of reach. This Empress card is indicating that you are about to birth a new idea or a new beginning. The Empress card in almost all of the tarot decks, no matter what kind of tarot deck, is almost always depicted as either being pregnant or having just given birth and there's a new baby there. Okay, so this is about birthing a new idea and bringing a new idea into fruition. But the last card that you have here for something that you're focusing on is the ego card, also known as the devil card from the traditional tarot. Now, what does this card bring in for us? This card brings in our belief systems, and it makes us question our belief systems. One of those belief systems is, if I do you a favor, you owe me. Right? And that was what I was trying to say over here, right? With the karmic lessons, right? We don't always get that immediate return on investment, so to speak, when we do someone else a favor. And the ego card, or the devil card, asks us to play devil's advocate with ourselves. If I do something nice for someone, do I expect something in return? Because if I do, am I acting honestly and in good faith? No, not necessarily. Right? So where are we at with regards to our own belief systems, with this back and forth little devil on our shoulder, little angel on our shoulders? Where are our belief systems? Okay. I want it, before I move on, before I turn any more cards over, I also want to say about the devil card. The devil card can make us feel like we are trapped in an illusion, expecting immediate return on investment when we do a solid for someone else. Is that an illusion? It's a belief system that we have been led into, Sagittarius. But is it right and true and in alignment with the universal law of karma? There is a devil question for you. All right. Okay. So in your difficult influences and challenges, you have wilderness and untamed. You also have a mountain here. And this card being in your challenges is indicating that with all of these energies that I mentioned at the very beginning, with 7 planets in retrograde, plus this super full blue moon, plus this devil coming in, the world being in reverse for you, you exploring the real meaning of the law of karma, which I really sense that this reading is all about for you, is making you feel a little untamed and wild. Lotus, resurrection card. This card corresponds, from this particular deck, to either the death card or the tower card from the traditional tarot. This is a card of something is coming to an end for you, and from that you are going to resurrect into something beautiful, magical, and a new beginning. Oh yeah, you have the Empress here, new beginning, right? And you also have the World card in reverse here, indicating you're closing off a cycle. Okay, but this is coming up in your difficult influences and challenges, Sagittarius. What does this tell me? This is telling me that you're bumping into this, that you are questioning if you are actually ready to move into this next step or this next phase. The answer is yes, you are. But again, previous belief systems are seeping into your psyche, and I believe that one of the previous belief systems that's seeping into your psyche is going to be that belief system of, I'm not good enough. So, Sagittarius, you are good enough. You are amazing. You are ready to be resurrected as this beautiful lotus flower. How can you do that? You can detach. Detachment from the old paradigm and the old belief systems. Let go of the ego. Let go of the old belief systems. Okay. Messages you need to hear at this time. Death is an illusion. See if it will come into focus. There we go. Death is an illusion. It is. I don't know why, but some of you needed to hear that. Oh my goodness. So we were talking about karma this whole time. We're talking about you exploring the law of karma and so on and so forth. And you got the message you need to hear. Kindness counts. And the other message you need to hear. Never judge another. Do I really need to expound upon this concept? Sagittarius, I don't think so, right? When we judge another, we are actually judging ourselves. When we look in the mirror, when we judge somebody else, we are actually judging ourselves, because what we are judging in the other person is something that we dislike about ourselves, because we see something in them that we dislike about ourselves, and therefore we're doing it. And it has to do with a mirror. If you would like to dig deeper on this particular concept and teaching, by all means, drop a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. But the reality is that when you are judging another, you are actually judging yourself. And this goes into shadow work, which is also ego and devil work as well, right? Okay, let's have a look at your unexpected. What is unexpected? Let's see if these, remember this is where we had these two cards or two piles. Unexpected, we have the Seven of Swords. Now the Seven of Swords can indicate that someone in your midst is not being as honest as they could be, or it could even be you who is not being as open, honest, and forthwith with yourself. You have the Seven of Wands. What else do you have here? Six, King and Queen. Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands here as well in the upright position. Seven of Wands is a card of you've put in hard work, you continue to put in the hard work, and eventually that is going to be recognized and acknowledged. What hard work are you putting in right now? You're putting in some pretty darn hard work with regards to letting go of this ego, doing the devil, the work of exploring this, the law of karma, and some shadow work, judging another, right? That's shadow work. So as you continue to do this work, you are going to ultimately reap the benefits from it. That is one of your unexpected insights at this time. You have the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's a card of remembering the way things used to be. When we do difficult work with regards to learning the lesson of asking for help is okay, and not, or realizing that the expectation of something in return is not always there, it can be really hard for us to let go of those old belief systems. And so sometimes we sit in that nostalgia for a period of time. So just watch for that nostalgia to be coming up in your unexpected insights for mid-September. You have the King of Swords here. Again, this is your second time having the King of Swords. The King of Winter corresponds to the King of Swords. And this is your second calling of the King of Swords. This is the card of ask for advice. Now, the trick with the King of Swords is that the suit of swords in the tarot corresponds to us coming from our mental mind, coming from a very unemotional place, which means that when we ask the King of Swords, when the King of Swords comes up, which is indicating we need to ask others for advice, the advice that we receive may be very non-emotional and may be delivered in a way that may seem harsh, but the reality is it's something that you need to hear, not something you want to hear. given that you have the King of Swords coming up twice in your reading, it is an indication, Sagittarius, that as you're doing this deep inner work, there's a good chance that when you ask for advice and guidance from a friend, a confidant, a family member, a mentor, or something, the advice that you receive or the guidance that you receive may come across in a very unemotional way. So just have the heads up with that. And remember, that's going to be another one of your lessons, right? One of these world lessons, one of these ego lessons is that if somebody delivers advice or guidance to you without any emotion whatsoever, it's not that they're unfeeling or uncaring. They're just in that head space as opposed to their heart space. And the final card that you have here is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is practical and organized. And she is a queen who loves herself and treats herself. She is the queen who has achieved financially, and she is more than willing to enjoy and indulge, shall we say. All right. Final general overall outcome. Okay. Final general overall outcome, Sagittarius. You have the Source, which is the Ace of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands, and you have the King of Cups as your general overall outcome. Amazing. Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings and taking action on that new beginning and being in alignment with Source, which means that as much as your reading started with this hesitation towards the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one, you are moving into mid-September, right? This card was for where we're at now as I'm recording this at the end of August, and this card is predicting or projecting the outcome for mid-September, which is a new beginning, which means that some of the advice and guidance that you are receiving between now and mid-September, you are truly taking to heart. You are learning those lessons, and you're going to be in that position to be able to turn the world upside down and move into a new beginning. The work that you have been doing may have left you feeling a little bit exhausted, especially if you were in that place of taking the unemotional advice from these two Kings of Swords that you had here. If you took that to heart, the fact that that was delivered unemotionally, or if you were in the place of judging others and coming from that place of ego, or if you were in that place of still living in that belief of expectation of return as soon as someone does something nice for you, that you have to do something nice back for them, like right now. If you were in that place and you are holding that belief system, it's going to bring about exhaustion. And again, it's going to delay your growth. So that's the lessons and the work you need to do. How are you going to do that? Well, you have the King of Cups coming in here. And the King of Cups, or King of Water, is all about healing. Down here at the bottom, okay? This is the integration moment for you, Sagittarius, that by the middle of September, you will be in the place where you are truly, truly healing these past wounds. The past wounds around our beliefs about karma, the past wounds about beliefs about judging another, and what that actually does to us. You will be healing those, and as you do, you are moving into that place where you can really get in touch with the source for the purposes of new creation. All right, thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If this reading resonated deeply for you, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like. And I would love the honor of being able to do your next reading for you in mid-September. Thank you.